why did we drive 3 hours each way in the rain across rural Ohio? A lot of people might think we're crazy.
Yeah.
We might be.
Yeah.
But before we get to our final destination of the day, we had to stop at this Hillbilly Hotdogs. It's by roadside, I guess you'd say diner.
Yeah,
Would you say
I
that?
don't think it's using up
Yeah, it's a little roadside hot dog stand, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd seen the videos, we had to stop them and see what it was like, and the atmosphere didn't disappoint.
No, it was very good atmosphere and very lively, I guess you would say.
The food? We're not hot dog people anyway,
Yeah,
so that makes a difference, but it did not look. You can see here, it just,
Deep fried hot dogs. Hot dogs when they're cooked aren't the most appetizing looking thing anyway. But deep fried hot dogs.
and yours were covered in.
Yeah. But we had to try it. I
We had to try it,
Hillbilly
and it was
hot dogs.
fun. The decor was interesting too. But then we headed on to our final destination, which ended up being Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And if you've not heard of it, it's because it's a tiny little town. If you have heard of it, it's probably because you saw early 2000s movie with Richard Gere, The Mothman Prophecies. They had a tragedy there, and they've taken this tragedy and the sightings that happened before the tragedy, and it's become their entire tourism marketing.
Yeah.
Really, is Mothman. So if you're not familiar with Mothman, he is kind of tied to tragedies, and he's seen before tragedies, and he's this giant 6 foot tall winged creature, red-eyed thing that's seen before the tragedies. And in this case, he was seen for about a month ahead of time. He was seen by first teenagers in November, and then in December they did have the Silver Bridge collapse, which collapsed during rush hour and killed, I think, 40.
I think 31 died, but 43 or 46 went into the water, but some were able to be rescued.
And 2 bodies were never even recovered. So the bridge has since been rebuilt and everything, but they have the Mothman Museum, and everything in the town is basically themed Mothman. We even saw an ad for a Mothman Airbnb coming soon.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bit too quirky. If you've seen some of our other videos with Florida Man games and worm grunting and who knows what else in the future, we kind of like the quirky, so it was just a little bit too quirky. We had to head over to it, even though it was a heck of a drive.
Yeah, made for a very long day.
Made for a long day, but they were dog friendly, so we loaded up the dogs and went. And what you'll see in the museum here is a lot of the movie.
A lot of the memorial, or I'm sorry, props.
Props of the movies. And then the handwritten police notes of what these kids saw when they saw it, and just all the sightings, all the info, all the toys that have been made, artwork that's been done.
A lot of the original newspaper clippings from the time that it happened.
The old TNT area is where they manufactured the TNT for World War II, and so there used to be some buildings left there. I think there's still some domes out there. It was way too muddy for us to hike out to it, but we did drive out to it because it is kind of the first location that Mothman was seen, and locals kind of say that it's his home or something. I don't know.
But long before Point Pleasant was known for Mothman and the Silver Bridge collapse and all that, there was the Battle of Point Pleasant that took place right there back in 1775. A lot of people have regarded it as the first battle of the Revolution. Some historians don't quite give it to that. They call it part of Lord Dunmar's War. But either way, about 1,000 Virginia militiamen defeated a coalition of Shawnee and other Indian tribes. So there's a memorial for that battle also in the town, right at the edge of the town, right on the banks of the Ohio River.
So, anyways, it was a neat trip. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our journey with us. And let us know if you've liked the quirkiness like this, or just want to stick to the normal, normal travel places. Because it's always interesting. You definitely learn a lot about a town by what they embrace.